Welcome to New Orleans. This is The Jump. We are coming to you live from the French Quarter, and we will be taking over your TV for the next 90 minutes as the NBA world descends for All-Star Weekend. I am Rachel Nichols. We are going to have all sorts of folks dropping by today. We're going to have Pelicans coach Alvin Gentry's coming. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the wonder kid from Greece, is coming. But we got a pretty good crew right here already, I think. A guy who played in this All-Star game 7 times, Mr. Tracy McGrady. Also, we have 2011 champ Jet Jason Terry. Oh, yeah. He's got the ring. It's for real. Just a little blink. Hey, you can't be in New Orleans if you're not a little bit flashy, right? And, of course, our NBA insider, Amin Al-Hassan. You're not wearing the beads like the guys. Come on.
Hey, I'm proud of Amin today. He got the jacket on.
Right, that's true.
Pulling on top for you guys. Come on now.
This is a step up for him. You got all fancy for the All-Star game.
I tried.
I love that.
Got to keep up with these guys.
Well, guys, I am so thrilled that we are here for a couple reasons. I mean, first, we shouldn't forget, this weekend was originally scheduled to be in Charlotte. But after the North Carolina legislature passed an anti-gay law that is sadly still in effect as we speak, the NBA stood up and said that was no longer a place it could hold its biggest event of the year. I don't believe that any other major pro sports leagues would have gone so far. So to take such a strong stand, it makes me very proud. It's also just incredibly moving to look out at the city behind us and see it thriving. I spent a lot of time in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina hit. I was the reporter that ESPN assigned to cover the sports teams leaving and then trying to come back. And I remember driving around here a lot right after the National Guard left. The windows were, of course, all boarded up. The street signs and traffic lights had all been knocked down. So you just you had to navigate by feel. And with no restaurants or grocery stores open, dinner was usually just plastic prepackaged food from the gas station. But slowly, day by day, things got better. I was with the Hornets in March of 2006 when they became the first pro sports team to play here after the hurricane. And people lined up literally around the block just to get in, just to be part of something normal. At the time, the team was scheduled to play only a handful of home games here, and no one knew for sure if it was really going to come back for good. The Hornets were mostly playing in Oklahoma City, and attendance there was booming. It would have been easy to simply relocate. But just like this year, back then, the NBA did the right thing. The league donated $5 million to help New Orleans rebuild. And David Stern made sure that no matter what, this city did not lose its basketball team. Of course, a lot of time has passed since then. We have a new commissioner, OKC has a team of its own, and the Hornets are now the Pelicans. But there is a bond between this city and this league that remains. And I cannot wait for so much good stuff to unfold here in the days to come. It's just going to be great, guys. I'm so excited about the entire weekend. We've got so much good stuff planned. And for all of you guys, I mean, the NBA's commitment to New Orleans, what does it mean to watch that over the years?
Oh, I love it. I mean, the NBA coming back here after what this city went through with Hurricane Katrina, the support they have for the NBA team and its players is phenomenal.
It means a lot to see. And you know, look, the All-Star game here, we had a great one a few years ago. We know this is going to be a good one. And we got a late ad here to our All-Star family. Carmelo Anthony is now taking Kevin Love's place. And there's a little irony there, right, with all the K-Love Carmelo trade rumors. This is going to be Melo's 10th All-Star appearance. I mean, do you think this was the right call to have Melo in?
You know, that's what I asked for on the show the other day.
Do you think they just listened to you, that Adam Silver was like, oh, Amin said on the jump we should have Melo in?
When I said he should call in Charles Oakley and Jim Dolan, he did that too.
What else do you want to have happen?
I don't know, maybe a raise.
There we go.
Talked to John Skipper about that. But
Jared Dudley, by the way, obviously not happy about this. He said that Bradley Beal should be chosen for the All-Star game instead.
Feels that way,
oh, well, not. Well, okay, I'll let you two fight it out.
Well, this is the thing. Commissioner Silver has an unofficial policy. He just takes the next person on the list who the coaches had voted for. To avoid this kind of thing of favoritism or any kind of idea that he's meddling. So the next guy on the list was Carmelo. So if we have a problem, you guys have a problem with the coaches, not with Commissioner Silver.
I just don't understand how you avoid not putting Bradley Beal on there when his team is third in the East and he's having a phenomenal season. You know, these guys have been stepping up to the plate this year when everybody's been criticizing how they call themselves the best backcourt, but they haven't shown it. And this year he showed that, you know, they in the runnings of being possibly the best backcourt in the league. I still take the Splash Brothers, but these guys are right there. John Wall is playing phenomenal, and Bradley Beal is right there with him. They third in the East.
I agree with you.
Bradley Beal, third in the East, 22 points a game. How can you not put him in the All-Star game? But everybody gets snubbed, don't they? At some point in time in their career.
That's speaking like a man who is snubbed from time to time.
And I think,
I'm sure you could give us years you should have been in this game, right?
Man, are you kidding me?
That's what I mean.
It's only 3 of us with as many points scored as I have.
Yes.
That has not participated in the All-Star
Shout out to Eddie Johnson. He always remind me
you
of
listen
that.
to Carmelo's, you listen to his comments. He seems like he's insatiable about, going on vacation.
Yeah.
So I don't think he quite wants to come to New Orleans.
I don't blame him. It's a lot of work. They got y'all running around here.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting to me that both of you guys think it should be Bradley. I mean, you're still playing against him, so the idea that you feel like he should be here, maybe next year. We'll see. Well, another big storyline here is the relationship between KD and, of course, Russell Westbrook. Things did not go so well in Oklahoma City when they were on the same court last time, guys. But on Sunday, they'll be teammates. Jason, do you think that things are going to get better when they're in the same locker room, or not so much?
Well, if you look at Russell Westbrook, he's a throwback. He's what we all were in our younger years. I mean, it was competitive. Mm-hmm. We get after each other, and I don't care if we used to play on each other's team. We're not on each other's team now. And so it's a rivalry. I mean, they'll be in that locker room, but Russ will be trying to go for MVP. I don't know if KD so much so, but I don't think any words will be said to each other. So you think
just silent treatment?
Been in the locker room All-Star Weekend seven times. I don't see this relationship getting any better.
Really?
Reason being, because you can avoid these guys in the locker room because you have your little crew that you're cool with, that you can spend time with in the locker room and have conversations with. Even on the basketball court, you don't have to talk to him. And I don't suspect that Steve is going to put these guys in the game at the same time.
Right.
No way he could do that. That's too much pressure put on both of those guys.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he wants to make an uncomfortable situation for his guy. I mean, forget about Russ. He doesn't want his guy to be uncomfortable. But we talked about this before. If you're going to be a fifth with those 4 guys when they play at the same time, it's not going to be Russell Westbrook. It's going to be either Anthony Davis or DeMarcus Cousins, because he's going to do the
recruiting.
He's going to do the Suge Knight. If you're tired of your owner being all up in the video, your general manager all up in the video, come to death row. We'll pass you the ball.
I mean, look, Steve's done it before. You mentioned that on our show.
That's what he did with KD.
Right? He played KD with his guys so that he could say, look how easy this could be. And then sure enough, in that Hamptons visit, he was like, oh, see, remember that?
Not flying with Wes.
Yeah,
He's throwback, man.
I don't think it is going to happen with the rest. I did mention to Steve Kerr that you had suggested this last time I saw Steve, and a little light bulb went up over his head, so we could see a little boogie recruitment policy.
That wasn't me. That was him.
We'll find out. We also have this year in the All-Star game, the NBA adding another wrinkle to the dunk contest on All-Star Saturday night. They invited a D-leaguer, Derrick Jones Jr., to compete against Aaron Gordon, Glenn Robinson III, and DeAndre Jordan. Tracy, you're a slam dunk alum. Do you think that Jones is going to be a household name after this weekend?
If he wins, I think more people will know about him. I don't know about him now, so.
Jed, you are skeptical. That is a skeptical Jason Terry over there.
Is this what the dunk contest has come to?
Aw.
I mean, nothing against the D-League guys. They can dunk. But, I mean, nobody wants to participate?
That's a little misleading. He is technically on the Suns roster. He just hasn't played at all. He's been down on the D-League assignment the whole time. Okay. He's 19 years old. He was really good at UNLV in his 1 year. And his nickname is Airplane Mode. This dude can dunk. This isn't just a kind of a gimmick. This guy's going to make it fun, and that's my thing is let's have people who are going to have fun in this thing. Because the last thing I want, last year we had a great final, but if y'all remember the first round where everyone coming out with microphones and trying to sing, just go out and dunk. Okay,
but Tracy, when you were, to Jason's point, when you were playing, it was such a big thing to be in the dunk contest. You were 19 years old. You were showing off your moves. Your cousin Vince was showing off his moves. We remember MJ, Dominique, right? Look at this. Tracy.
Well, let me tell you. I didn't want to get in. Why you want to get in the competition when you know you're not going to place first? I was playing my cousin. Yeah. I saw these dunks every day. And he had to beg me almost every day to get in the slam dunk contest.
He just wanted to beat you on national TV.
Yeah, and he proved that. he did just that.
But it was more, it was something where the best players wanted to be in. Yeah. Why do you think, Jet, they don't want to do it anymore?
A lot of guys are complaining about, injury. And if you've seen Zach LaVine, he had copped out already, and he ended up getting
I don't think it
hurt.
has anything to do with
No,
injury. I think
yeah.
they're just scared because if they do it and they don't win,
I think it'll hurt their
right?
brand. They think they're
Really?
no. I think they think
think
it'll
that? Oh,
hurt their
they
brand.
think-
Right. Right. Like if you have a guy like LeBron, or you have some. I mean, like LeBron did what in warm-ups the other day, this crazy dunk. But if you go do that in the dunk contest and you don't win, then it's a thing.
Was that the last time we had like stars all across?
Yeah.
Because we had Stackhouse and Grant Hill. Well, Grant Hill was
No,
the
he wasn't
setup.
in
He was
there.
the setup guy.
Steve Francis.
Steve Francis, you, Vince. Who else? Ricky Davis was in there.
I think Ricky was.
Yeah. So I mean, that was the last one where we had like across the board star caliber dunkers.
Guys are worried about their brand.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I think if they just put up a big pile of money,
Money maker.
make a small difference.
Hey,
Now,
I might start
$30 million
dunking again,
already.
man. Hey, what? 39-year-old dunker.
you put a
The
little
jet
cool
takes
million.
off.
You put a little cool million
Are
in
you
there.
kidding
Everyone's
me?
gonna want to
Jump
go, right?
shoes,
Damn shame, man.
Okay, here's a real most important question of the entire weekend. Is anyone going to play defense on Sunday night?
Absolutely not.
No way. We don't want to see that.
Absolutely not. I mean, this is what we want to see. We want to see spectacular dunks, dunk contest, dunks in the All-Star game. Now, I suspect that if the game is close in the fourth quarter, these guys buckle down and play a little bit of defense.
We want a little bit of defense. I don't want a defensive battle or dudes are grabbing. But in order for offense to look good, somebody's got to be playing defense, right? Because if I just let you go by, like we just saw in that clip with James Harden.
Here you go.
it's-
There's a
like,
little defense.
Just a little bit.
Look, defense exists.
Look,
in the
2001 was probably the
That's
too
how
much.
long-
That was
that's how
too much
far
defense.
back we
That
had
was
to
too
go.
much defense. This is the kind of defense right here. Just like,
yeah.
That's good defense. You don't want too much defense. That's why we can't have like Tony Allen here. Like that's too much defense. Wow. I mean, I'm just too much defense with All-Star game. We need like scale it back 50%.
I mean, there's coaches who will tell you there's not enough defense in the regular NBA right now.
There's
so
not.
in the All-Star
You
game,
see
Definitely not.
guys putting up 130 points. I mean, it's no
Right?
defense. I mean,
So-
come on
The
now.
offense
Yo,
is too
team
good.
just
Maybe-
scored 130 points of the night.
Maybe the
Really?
offense is too good, man.
every night's an All-Star game. There you go. All right, we got to take a quick break. But when we come back, I will ask the guys about Anthony Davis's future here in New Orleans. And I think we have a special guest coming as well. So stick around.
Black History Month is a month of celebration, a month of how far we've come, our past, our people of today, just a celebration of all black culture. The opportunities that we have today would not exist without the sacrifices of those before us. They really paved the way for us. The things that really matter during the month is just to continue to push forward, to make sure we continue honoring those thoughts and, those individuals.
Thank you to Tyson Chandler, and welcome back to The Jump. We are joined now by Pelicans coach Alvin Gentry. I love those spots. You are a great example of someone who had to work harder for your opportunities than almost anyone else in the NBA, and the fact that you are here and you have made such a success, it's something we appreciate about you every day.
Well, thank
Congratulations.
you. I appreciate being here.
Absolutely. And being here in New Orleans, it's such a particular place. You've coached, you've played in a lot of places. What does it mean to be here and be hosting an All-Star game? Because you're like unofficial mayor.
I think it's like the most unique city, in not in this country, in the world, maybe.
Oh, wow.
And they totally embrace you here. They're really into their food. They're really into their food, as you can see. As you can see here, the greatest restaurants in the world here. I mean, it's amazing. Some of the places that you can go and eat, and it's not these big elaborate places either. I mean, you can walk in any place here. You're going to get a great meal.
Yeah.
The people are just unbelievable here. I mean, they just welcome you with open arms, and they're extremely proud of the city.
I tried to get them to make it an All-Star week, but nobody would bite on that. We got to work on that for next year. I do want to talk to you about Anthony Davis. This week came out very strong, said he doesn't plan on leaving New Orleans. He said, I'm staying. This is despite, obviously, all of the ups and downs that you guys have had. Is there pressure on you as a coach to figure out a way to make things a success for him before he does have that option?
Well, I think so. I mean, it's obvious that, he really wants to win. And in order for him to want to be here, I think he loves the city. I think he loves the people, as I said. But he is a kid that want to win games. And I think if we can ever get healthy, when we've been healthy, we've been a pretty good basketball team. Unfortunately for us, we've had so many injuries. But in his case, he plays every night he steps out there, and sometimes I like for him to not play, go for loose balls quite so hard. But that's just who he is, and I think he's a tremendous player. I mean, as good as any player in the league right now. People forget that he's 23 years old, and he's just going to continue to get better, and he's expanded his game already.
This is what I'm afraid of. Having the opportunity to go back to Orlando, which is my hometown, playing there for 4 years, had an unbelievable career there. But there were some times where I got extremely frustrated because we were getting to the first round and we were out of there. And then my last year there, we didn't make the playoffs at all. And I felt like the organization wasn't doing enough to surround me with talent to be successful with that team. Are you afraid that that will be the case with Anthony Davis?
Well, I think in our case, we had the team, but the injuries just decimated us the 1 year. I was at Golden State. They played us as well as anybody played us in the playoffs, the first round. Now, obviously it was a 4-0, but games could have gone. There was 3 games that could have gone either way, and actually we were down 20 here, and Steph made the big shot.
Yeah.
So, it's just, you win 1 game, win 2 games, who knows what'll happen. So I just think that, obviously we have to get healthy. Mm-hmm. When we get healthy, we'll see what kind of team we have. I mean, you look at Drew Holiday, just adding him back into the mix, makes us a 500 team. Yeah. And so with him there the whole time, what could we be?
What conversations do you guys have internally about the injuries? Because, look, it could just be bad luck, but when a team has so many injuries, there start to be questions about the way, how do you handle conditioning? I mean, I assume that you guys start self-examining everything, right?
I think that's been said, but, most of the injuries we have has just been injuries that you can't do anything about. And, Eric Gordon was here. He's playing great basketball. He breaks his finger. Comes back, have 2 great games for us, breaks the finger in the exact same play and the freakiest play that you've ever seen. So I just think injuries like that, you can't do anything about. We got a great medical staff here. Mm-hmm. We really do, and they're up on everything that goes on. Unfortunately, the injuries came. We can't do anything about it. But like I said, when we have been healthy, we've been good enough to beat the world champs, to beat San Antonio, to beat the Clippers. So we've had some really good wins. Just the consistency and having everybody healthy is where we've struggled.
Well, your guy AD thinks he can beat the whole rest of the NBA. He said that he wants to be the All-Star MVP. We can take a listen to him.
Are there any other All-Stars you're looking forward to either meeting or hanging out with this time around?
Really all of them. I'm definitely excited to play with all of them, but I'm definitely going to try to get MVP this year.
Okay, I like it. So so sights set on MVP. Yeah. What do you do to ensure something like that?
Shoot the ball every time.
Ask him who told him that.
Oh, there we go.
I've coached in 3 All-Star games. As a matter of fact, I coached this guy in an All-Star game. Was it Vegas? Yeah, in Vegas. Yeah. And the one thing I told Anthony, I said, this is the one time that you got to be completely selfish and not worry about it.
And to piggyback, usually the guys on the team will help the hometown guy try to
they usually do.
Right? You guys, you're aware of that.
No, they really do. I mean, when you coach an All-Star game and you play there, or if you get going, I coached one in Cleveland where Glenn Rice made every single shot. We were about to put Michael Jordan back in the game, and he goes, no, you can't do that. I mean, he's going great. You got to leave him in there. As a matter of fact, he did. He set a record. He set a record that night.
Okay, we're probably supposed to talk more All-Star, but I just want you to tell on a meme from when you guys worked together at the Suns. Is there any embarrassing stories you can give us?
He was absolutely the best. As a matter of fact,
no.
Hey.
Stop paying guests. Coach. Come on.
And the thing about it is, we've got all of this analytics going on now. Mm-hmm. The guy was breaking edge. He was the guy that started it all. I'm telling you. So. I wish I had something bad to say.
First man on the moon too.
I was gonna say.
The only thing I'll say about him is that they used to play pickup games at
here we go.
At lunchtime. He's alive. And this guy looked like he was going out and he was about to rollerblade a skateboard.
No.
He had on wrist. He had on wrist, elbow pads, knee pads. The guy had on everything.
I had the Matt Barnes shin guard, and the reason why was because we play against Dan Marley, and when Dan Marley shoots, he kicks his leg out. So I would come back with welts all over my shins and knees.
Wait, so are you saying that when you shoot, there's a natural kicking motion? Because I've heard that
no.
somewhere before.
Look, Thunder would kick me in my shins, not in my you-know-where. So that's
all I can tell you. It was not a good look. It was not a good look. Not a good look.
We're going to ask you to come back, Alvin, and we're going to ask you to come back with photos. That's all I'm going to say.
We've got them.
Thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the weekend.
Okay, sure.
We wish you all the success with the Pelicans, for sure. Absolutely. We have to take a quick break, y'all, but first we're going to give you a little distant replay. This date back in 2004. I bet the two guys on the end will recognize this one.
It's Vince Carter. It's Vince Carter.
Marbury having a strong offensive quarter. It's like a one-on-one contest. Thomas over the shoulder and a wild pass from Marbury. That was pretty. That was pretty. The 9th assist of the night for Marbury was a beauty.
Welcome back to New Orleans. The Jump is hanging out. I told you we're going to have all kinds of people dropping by. Alvin Gentry took off, but look who showed up. Zach Lowe, king of all media. So there we go.
NY.
You know these two fellas, right? You've heard of them?
These are two bad dudes right here.
I love that. All right, we got to talk about the top 7 moments. I had to look there, sorry, because it says top 7, but I know it's top 5, so they can't fool me there on the prompter. The top 5 All-Star moments for our 7-time All-Star, Tracy.
Oh, y'all showing me some love on the show.
Number 5, the assist of Insanity of the dunk contest.
A mascot could do that. Get me out of here.
That's it. He's gone. All right, this is a little bit better. Number 4, 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, little windmill.
We
little
lost.
windmill.
Strong defense there.
Right?
There's no defense in the All-Star game.
Number 3, 2006 also. A little help from Kobe here, but this time you're the finisher.
Yes.
Come on.
That was a fun game. It was in Houston. We had fun in the game.
Number 2, 2004. Little Allen Iverson action.
Off the glass, L.A. Yeah.
That's
you know what I'm saying? I had a little hops in my day. You know, man, I can jump a little bit.
What were you doing while you were up there? Like, oh, look at the snarl, too. I like that. Number 1, off the glass.
Yeah. Classic right there.
Nobody ever did that better.
No. First to do it.
I love that. I love the snarl. And what were you doing while you were up there? You could have done your taxes, rented an apartment for yourself.
I was thinking about a lot of things up there, Zach.
Must be nice. All right. This year, we are going into the All-Star break with a little bit of controversy around some of the teams. One of them, Kevin Love, who was supposed to be here, and the Cavaliers, the coach, Ty Lue, quote, said he misspoke before the game yesterday when he said he knew that Love was injured when he played him in the second game of back-to-back last Thursday against the Thunder. Remember, Love played 31 minutes in that game. Lue had originally said they knew that his knee was hurt, but it didn't matter. Then after the game, he said that he misspoke when he said that he knew his knee was hurt. Who knows? But Tracy, what do you think when you hear all of this? Because Ty is saying, hey, it doesn't matter anyway. There were loose bodies in the knee. They were going to be there, and he was going to need the scope no matter what.
Well, there's a lot of times guys have loose bodies in their knee and their ankles, and they still able to play with it. I don't think Ty pushed them too much. Kevin Love know his body. It's up to the player to go to the training staff or go to the coach and let him know he can't go, and he will understand that. But for him to put on that uniform and go out there and compete, it's on the player.
Yeah, Love's a vet. He knows his body. He knows if he can push the limitations on what he can do out there on a night-to-night basis. And, Ty Lue's always going to act in the best interest of a player. So I guarantee they had a conversation. Okay, Love, you all right tonight? I'm good, Coach. I can go.
But aren't players always going to say, I'm good tonight? Isn't that part of the deal? Like, I'm always ready to go?
These days. The guys resting and stuff, man,
I know some guys probably got a little jam finger on want to go out there and play.
I don't know. Don't you feel like it's partly the responsibility of the organization, though, to sit there and say, hey, it's the second night of a back-to-back. If you do have to ask, are you all right, because the knee has been a little sore, don't you just, act in their best interest and sit them?
The Cavs are being crazy. It's crazy that LeBron is number 1 or number 2 in the league in minutes. It's crazy that they're playing Kevin Love when they know his knee is hurt. Just get the number 5 seed. Just as many. It doesn't matter how many games you lose. It doesn't matter what your seed is. Just get to the playoffs intact. You're the best team in the East. This is the only thing that can derail you. Is this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I don't think it matters anyway.
You don't think it does?
No, what seed they get in the playoffs? You know, I think they need to rest a lot of these guys. So I agree with you. Golden State's going to have home court anyway, so it really doesn't matter.
It's so interesting to watch these two teams' different approaches, because the same time that this was coming out about Kevin Love, Golden State, there was an article in the paper up there about how Anthony Slater, I think, had an article about how, you know, they're on a specific rest program, right? And that they have a whole thing about limiting these guys' minutes because they really believe in May and June it's going to make a huge difference how much mileage there is. Meanwhile, as Zach says, LeBron, number 1 or number 2 in minutes in the entire league. Jet, what do you think? I mean, as you're going through the year here, which version do you think is the correct version?
Well, what a luxury to have to be able to think you're just automatically going to get to May and June, right? I'm on the Bucks, and hey, we can't rest guys or anything. We got to play every single night. But no, I mean, those guys, I mean, Cleveland and Golden State have been in the finals 2 years consecutively, and anytime you play 2 June, you're going to be fatigued. So you have to find out when you can get rest for guys, and back-to-back situations are obviously great times to do so.
Yeah. All right, well, I want to move on to the Golden State team. Draymond Green had an interesting night last night. You know, normally a game against Boogie Cousins, you think that's where the texts are coming, but no. He gets called for a foul here. He is frustrated, and boy, had some choice words, and that earned him his second tech and got shown out the door. Afterward, we heard Steve Kerr actually express some concern here. You can play that. Take a listen.
You know, we love Draymond. He plays with an edge, and we need that edge. In many ways, he kind of represents our toughness and our energy. And it's, you know, we struggle sometimes, you know, without him to bring the energy. That wasn't the case tonight. Obviously, without him, we stepped it up in the third quarter. But Draymond, he's always going to play on that edge, and tonight he crossed the edge, and we need him to walk that line, and we don't want to take away that chip on his shoulder, but we need him on the floor too.
Tracy, I feel like we've been talking about this since the finals last year, right?
Yeah. I mean,
too much of an edge, gets suspended, not enough edge, not good for the Warriors. Where's the line?
Well, the positive thing about this only his 11th tech, so right. he has some.
Only 11th technical.
We're at the All-Star break. You get suspended at 16.
Listen, Draymond, save him for the playoffs. Look, the guy's edgy. He plays, hard every night. Plays with great passion. He has to control this. We've been talking about this for the last 2 years, and it's safe to say that he probably caused them their second championship last season when he got suspended in Game 5. So he has to look at this. It's great to play with that type of fire, but he has to control his emotions when he's out there because his team needs him.
I echo everything Trace said. This is the same kind of stuff that gets you suspended from the finals. And look, if we have to blur out your mouth, you said some bad stuff. I mean, like very clearly, if we have to actually blur your mouth out.
We're all grown-ups here. It's okay. I mean, on the court, though, Draymond always says it makes a difference. We've seen him firing up KD recently, and Kevin has said, I needed that. I needed someone to yell and holler. You have been the emotional center of many of the teams you've been on. What is that like to be that person?
It's tough because it's a fine line. I mean, you never want to cost your ball club an opportunity to win. I did it in a playoff series. I mean, easily we had the Spurs on the ropes. I get suspended for Game 5. They come back and beat us in Game 6. We have to go down there and play in Game 7 on their floor. They're the defending champions. Luckily, we got out of there with the victory. But, I mean, when you're the emotional leader, you do have to control yourself at times. It's still the regular season, though, so it doesn't mean too much.
Now, Draymond has said he has put behind him what happened in last year's finals, but the way you're talking about that, do you ever really put it behind you?
Never.
Yeah.
You never put it behind you.
You always feel like you're responsible.
You always are responsible, but hey, that's the edge and the chip he plays with.
Absolutely. And I got to say, the man who signs Draymond's checks, he is generally very happy because Forbes magazine just came out with the value of all the franchises. The Warriors are now the third most valuable NBA franchise between the Lakers at 2 and the Knicks at number 1. And what's really amazing about that is that the Warriors owners bought the team for what was then an NBA record $450 million back in July 2010. That sounds so quaint now, right? Think about that. $450 million, which is still a lot of money, but now you're at $2.6 billion just 6 or 7 years later. That's good Silicon Valley investing right there, right?
Wouldn't you guys like a slice of that for all your nice hard work?
Seattle is open. Can we?
Oh,
it's enough of us made a lot. Hey, man.
Right? See, Michael Jordan's got one. I think you guys could get a team, pull your money, and do something. Right? That kind of thing.
You know who the real losers are here?
Minority owners now.
Right.
There you go.
Knicks fans. That's why James Dolan's never going to sell the team. No matter how much they lose, no matter how many Charles Oakley incidents there are, that's why he's never going to sell the team. He's not going anywhere.
I can't take more Charles Oakley incidents. Can we not pile those
I don't even think we should talk about the Knicks anymore. I think they should be disqualified from the show.
Oh, wow.
I know producer Steve is not going to be able to handle that. We got some Knicks fans on the staff here. We got to, come on. All right, we got to move on to a guy who could be on the trading block come next week. Nets center. Can we talk about the Nets? Is Brooklyn okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Nets center Brook Lopez had a huge game in a loss versus the Bucks last night. He had this late three-pointer to keep the Nets in it. 36 points, 8 blocks for Lopez. The Nets, though, are only at 9-47 because the Bucks beat them. What do you expect? What do you expect there?
Of Brook Lopez?
Yeah, of him getting dealt, not dealt.
Oh, I think they want 2 first-round picks. Reportedly, they're not going to get. If they get that, I would be shocked. They'll settle for a decent first-round pick, and if they get that, I think come next week they'll say that's the best we're going to get. Let's do it.
I mean, he had 6 threes and 8 blocks. The first person to ever do that in the NBA.
He reinvented himself.
He's just buried in
6
a
threes,
bad,
8 blocks.
Bad program.
You know who that team that they played against?
Yeah, right. If I was him, I'm in the office today to get the hell up out of there. like right now, I'm in the office talking.
Does that work, though? I mean, if you're a guy like you, when you want to trade or you want out, that's a different story. You're Tracy McGrady. When Brook Lopez wants to trade, I mean, what do they just say?
Good,
they say
he's Brook Lopez. I mean, he's pretty good.
He's just on a bad team. He's
no,
really good.
I'm not saying the quality. He's fantastic. I'm just saying I don't know how much muscle he has in the franchise to make them do something. Those are two different things.
Best player on their team. I think he has some leverage.
I'm sure he would be happy if something happens. We will be watching for that, of course. The Jump is going to come back after this quick break with more guests. There is someone here that Zach Lowe is extremely excited to come visit us.
No.
And I can't wait. Just a few moments from now. Stay tuned. King Cake Baby tried to hug Zach during the break, and Zach goes, "Now that was uncalled for."
No, he held up the poop emoji to me, to my face. That was uncalled for.
That's later. For people who don't know the history behind King Cake, I'm going to hold up a lovely sample right here. This is a tradition that's been part of New Orleans and Mardi Gras culture for more than a century. Part of the tradition, though, is that these little plastic babies are placed inside the king cake, and they signify good luck. And as you can see, I mean, they're not like the most beautiful rendition of a baby. So when blown up to full size,
wow!
I mean, this is what you get as a king cake baby. And look, let's not forget too about the Pelicans' regular mascot, your friend Pierre the Pelican. You may remember that Pierre had a little makeover surgery because the first Pierre the Pelican scared the living daylights out of many of the children here.
Bad times.
Yeah, there was a bad, scary Pierre the Pelican, and so they actually gave him some plastic surgery. You don't want to have plastic surgery with that kind of saw. And then look, a more kid-friendly version is now Pierre, right? See, everybody likes that. Very nice, right? I mean, I'm personally much more partial to King Cake Baby, but that's just me. Zach, you are a noted mascot expert, perhaps the NBA's leading mascot expert.
I'll take it.
Can you rank the best mascots in the NBA for us?
I mean, this is tough for me, but I can do it.
People
I can try.
think, by the way, that I'm joking about this. You spend a lot of time thinking about
I like
them.
the mascots. They're nice people. They're nice characters.
Right, okay.
They're nice people. They're nice characters.
Yeah, so give me some.
Well, we did the top 5, right? You asked me for the top 5.
did.
Number 5, there he is. Look at that guy. Most underrated mascot in the NBA. He's got that roly-poly stomach. He can shoot streamers out of his nostrils. How cool is that?
And participates in the dunk contest.
And his name is Stuff the Magic Dragon.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yes.
No one talks about Stuff.
You do.
Yeah. Rocky's just an innovator. He's edgy. He was feuding with Charles Barkley before
LeBron.
the Lopez twins were even born, before the Robin Lopez thing was even possible. He's an all-time innovator, Rocky the Mountain Lion.
Very nice. Number 3?
It makes me uncomfortable when he doesn't wear the pants. I have to say that. The pants, I'm a little torn about the pants. They represent his free spirit, but it's a little creepy when he doesn't wear the pants.
Didn't the Spurs promise you specifically he would wear pants more often this year?
There's a new person playing the Coyote, and he doesn't like the pants. The Raptor, just all-time legend. Never stops teasing people, taunting people. He's always doing. And the inflatable Raptor, I hope we have the clip where he falls down the stairs. That's one of the all-time great mascot moments.
Any clip there is good. Number 1, though, in your heart.
The absolute gold standard of mascotry, Benny the Bull. Look at him. He's like Benny
Barishnikov.
It's like he drinks like 9 Mountain Dews before the game. He never ever stops going. He's always entertaining. He's the best.
Okay, but I think you've offended our friend here. You did not include King Cake Baby in the top 5 mascots.
First of all, look at it. Second of all, is it an NBA mascot technically? I mean, does he count as a Pelicans mascot?
I'm not bringing any small children around you. Lord knows what you're going to say about them. Oh, look at this cute baby. Then you'll be like, look at it.
Said by the person intentionally sitting 2 seats away from the King Cake Baby and not next to the King Cake Baby.
Jason, when you are out on the court playing and this thing is wandering around, how do you feel?
I don't feel. I mean, do you talk?
No, it doesn't talk. It doesn't.
Oh.
All right. Now, the King Cake Baby does not talk. So instead, we have a game on the Jump called Show Me Your Emoji.
Okay.
So we are going to play Show Me Your Emoji with King Cake Baby. We've got a pile of emojis here on the desk, and he is going to choose one that can describe what he's feeling for each one of our segments. So you mentioned, Zach, Robin Lopez. He has made, of course, an enemy of many of the mascots around the NBA by attacking them, getting into fights with them. He's a little bit of a bully, right?
It's a serious issue.
It's a serious issue. So, King Cake Baby, can you show me your emoji for Robin Lopez? See, there we go. Yep.
He had a traumatic experience with a mascot as a child. That's the origin. That's a real thing. That's an origin. That's the origin of all this.
I don't believe you.
Ask him.
What does he say happened to him?
I don't remember which comic book hero it was, but someone called him the wrong name as a child, and it ruined his life. It ruined his mascots and forever.
Not a lot of sympathy here from King Cake Baby.
Not hearing it.
There you go. Don't the Lopez brothers have a house at Disney World or something?
They go I don't know. I can't speak to their residency at Disney World, but they go frequently.
Do you think they take down Mickey? I mean, how much of an epidemic do you think this is? No?
Mickey is technically our boss, right? So we have to be careful with
Never mind. We'll move on here. I want to get to the mascot dunks. How do you feel about mascot dunks? I don't know. Do you dunk, King Cake Baby? I don't even know.
I love
Look at that. Loves the dunks. Do you dunk? No. I like that King Cake Baby can't even move his head. That's good.
Peripheral vision.
All right. Moving on. And King Cake Baby, I'm a little bit sorry to bring this up, but can you show me your emoji for... There might be a few people here who think you look just a tad bit creepy, for a baby who's giant. Okay. So I think he kind of likes the creepiness factor. Yep. All right. And this is good. Oh yeah, this is my personal favorite. We here at the Jump wanted to update the NBA logo because Jerry West is nice and all, but really, don't y'all feel it should be King Cake Baby, right?
No, don't show it to me.
Come on. Yeah, Jerry, that's a logo.
It's a nice logo.
And then,
No. See, you can't do that.
No?
You can't
King Cake Baby, how do you feel? Jason Terry, show me your emoji.
Yeah, that's no, we can't do that.
Let's get. Aw, see.
Oh, wow.
Zach.
Can't do that.
Well, thank you for joining us. You got the message, right, to go to Zach's hotel room like at like midnight, 3 a.m., 6 a.m. No, not for that. Just to scare him. I just want a little popping out behind the
I'm telling you
drapes.
right now, if that actually appeared in my hotel, I would not be on the show tomorrow.
So much fun. We got to work something out for later. Thank you, King Cake Baby, for being with us. You know you're my favorite. You know that King Cake is my favorite. King Cake Babies are my favorite. Aww. That's so nice.
Okay, all right. Okay. King
Many
Cake
more
Baby.
special guests dropping by. Some of them may or may not be giant and plastic. Who knows? Stay tuned. Welcome back to New Orleans. We are so happy to be here for All-Star Weekend. This is a great setup because everyone just keeps coming by our location. I'm a big fan of our latest guest here, the Milwaukee Bucks young stud, the Greek freak,
He is a
Giannis
stud.
Antetokounmpo. How did I do, by the way?
You did great.
Did I do
Pronounce it.
good?
You did great.
Pronounce
All
it,
right.
because I can't.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
Boom. That's it. We're
not
gonna
even gonna
freeze
try it.
and play that video over and over again for everyone. Tracy, how much do we brag on this kid on the show every day?
Often.
Right?
Often. I love him.
When you took off from basically the free throw line the other night, we just kind of replayed that on the loop for a while. What does it feel like to be able to do that?
You know, I'm really not conscious about it, but it feels great. Whenever I see, plays like that, to be honest with you, I'm not even amazed. But by seeing,
I like him already.
by seeing him, my teammates and the fan being amazed, just
That's
makes me feel
crazy,
Looks
man.
pretty good. I mean, come on. And then you must get your phone must blow up, right? With people sending you the video or friends of yours texted and stuff like
good.
that.
They always my friends sending me videos. And
Did
stuff.
you ever think about getting in the dunk contest?
I did 2 years ago, and I was bad. I was terrible. but I might do it in the future.
Yeah,
You know.
you get more cracks at it. You gotta feel your way. And this guy used to be able to dunk kind of okay.
Yeah, I know. I saw a lot of clips about him.
Now we have to talk about the other man sitting at the end of the desk here. Your vet,
Jet.
Oh, man.
Jason Terry.
Be careful, bro.
Great vet to have on your team, by the
Right?
way.
Obviously,
Unbelievable vet.
we know
Yeah.
you're very lucky to be under his tutelage. But I would like a Jason Terry story. Could you
Jason Terry
tell me a little
story.
telling Jason Terry here?
I'm going to talk about the finals, Jay.
What you got?
So whenever we're late or whenever we do something wrong on the court or like we're not boxing out, he will always get fined by Jet. Not by the team, by Jet.
By Jet.
And it's instant, right then. Not paying attention in the huddle.
Right.
Get a play.
Not
Out
with
of the timeout.
Not with your jersey.
how do you
Giannis,
keep-
where does
how
that
do you
money
keep-
go?
It goes in the pot, and you got the opportunity to shoot for it. We always
Oh,
shoot.
nice.
The whole team?
Yeah, the whole team. We shoot half-court shots after every shootout.
What's the most has been in that pot? Because I know we used to do games like that, and that pot can get real big.
Right now, 4,000.
Yep.
Oh.
Big one.
I was practicing for that shot.
I'm gonna tell y'all fans that 4,000 ain't nothing, in the NBA money.
I don't know.
Don't tell them that.
Seems like it would be perfectly fine to me. I would be just fine with it. I
not
would
tell
be
them
just
that.
fine with it. What have you got? What have you gotten fined for? That's sort of the most silly. You roll your eyes at.
2 days ago, I got fined because I'm an all-star. That's what he told me. That's what he told me. I told him, Jet, why did he find me? He just told me, you're an all-star. You got it. Okay.
Are you nervous at all to play in the All-Star game? You're going to get in that locker room and you're going to look around the room. It's going to be kind of crazy.
No, I'm not nervous at all. I think it's going to be a great experience. Being able to play next to LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie. It's just a learning experience. I'm a student of the game, and I just want to learn as much as possible I can from the best player in the league. Yeah.
Are you a student of the game? Because I heard that when you first started playing for Jason Kidd, you weren't quite sure of.
Yeah, I was going.
NBA highlights.
I was going through puberty.
Okay. Which
I
I'm
was
sure
19.
you have reminded Jason of many, 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 many times.
I was 19.
But Trace, I believe this is a true story, right? That you had to look up on your phone. Did someone tell you? They said, oh, he was pretty good?
No. He was just hard on me, and I think he was just hard on me because he expects a lot from me. So, yeah, the first year I played under him, he was just hard, and I went. You guys know this, so I went to Google and to YouTube and see his highlights.
How good he really was.
Does he really deserve to give me?
He was really, really good. Yeah. So I just said, zip it. Don't talk too much. Just listen and get better every day.
You watch this play out, I assume.
All the time. I mean, you see how these young kids do you. He ain't even know.
He's one of the greatest point guards ever
in the history
ever.
How do you see the relationship between J. Kidd and him?
Oh, it's phenomenal. What the Milwaukee Bucks coaching staff does is, they get young talent like Giannis, Thon Maker, Jabari, and they mold them. They teach them. It's a constant teaching ground every single day for these guys to get better. And that's what you have to do when you have young talent in this league. Many organizations don't do it with their young talent.
Well, they're going to have to learn how to do it in today's game because of this new CBA and being able to keep these guys because they're going to make so much money staying with their original team. So, yeah, they better know how to develop that young talent.
I mean, you're watching Thon Maker develop, and really the Bucks have said, Howard Beck had a great article on Bleacher Report about how working with you has sort of let them now have a model for now working with Thon, and how do you see that? You're kind of a mentor to him?
Yeah, definitely. I'm seeing Thon Maker getting better every day. It's unbelievable. So I see myself in him. He's a lot talented than me when I came to the league. But
seriously?
Yeah, no joke. But the thing that is most impressive about him is his work ethic.
Yeah.
He works hard. He works really hard every day.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, you see him every day too, Jet, right?
Yeah, no question. I mean, the basketball IQ of Thon Maker, we kid him all the time. You tell us your birthday is January 1st, what year? And he's like, and he says he's like 19, but
Thon
the kid's
Maker
like 26.
He's
right,
like 30.
You gave him 30.
He looks like 30. But I played with Dikembe Mutombo when he was 40. I swear he was like 55.
But his basketball IQ is off the charts. He's calling out defensive coverages. He knows where he's supposed to be and his teammates.
Well, everybody's going to have to step up a little now. You're without Jabari. What was it like for you to watch, again, him get hurt, all the frustration?
No, it's tough. It's tough not having Jabari. This is the second time this happened. I know that Jabari is mentally tough and he's going to get back soon and a lot better. But for our team, I think guys are stepping up right now. We lost a great player, but we got a great player. We got Chris back. And guys like Beasley, Mirza, Thon Maker, they're stepping up, and we're playing good basketball right now. So that's good for us.
You feel you got to elevate your play a little bit more having Jabari out?
No, I talked when that happened. I talked with Jason, and he told me I just got to do what I was doing all year. And he said, guys, going to step up. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Just try to play hard, try to do whatever it takes to win.
We've watched your transition, and obviously playing point is I mean, you're blowing a lot of people's mind with the way you're doing that. What is it like for you to be playing that position?
For me, I love it. Since I was little, I was always talented and making plays. Mm-hmm. So, I think when J. Kidd came to the team and saw me in practice, he saw the talent in me, and he trusted me with the ball in my hand. So that's what I like to do. I just like making plays, try to put my team in the right spot, and just being aggressive all night.
How vocal is he on the court when he's in that position?
Oh, he's getting better.
Yeah?
You know what? He's quiet until he doesn't get 3 or 4 shots in a row. And then he's going to let you know. Pass me the damn
Great
ball.
mentality.
Right. T-Mac, any words of advice that you can give Giannis? Because you kind of were a facilitator and you played a point.
Well, I mean, he has all the intangibles. He has great basketball IQ. When I came in, I had all the skills. Athleticism, I had it all. But what I couldn't do, I couldn't shoot. And that's what I worked on throughout my career, and I became a really good jump shooter. So now, with your playmaking ability, with you able to create for your teammates, get to the basket with your length, if you consistently at knocking down shots, you'll be one of the greatest to ever play this game, I promise you.
Well, that's high praise. And as you get older, that jump shot comes in handy, right? It's a little nice to do it. One of our producers just said in my ear that they want you to put up your left hand, if you could.
Oh, they're huge.
Okay.
They're huge. I was looking at them. Seriously, the man got some huge mitts, man.
That's just
Look at that middle finger, bro.
It's funny. I was in Washington, D.C. when Michael Jordan he was doing everything at one point, playing for them, GMing them, whatever he was doing. He was obsessed at the time with being able to players who couldn't palm a basketball. He found out a little bit too late that Kwame Brown could not palm a basketball. That is a different story. But that was such a big thing with him. For you, the size of your hands, the ability, what you were able to do, how does that come into play in your game?
Helps a lot. I think it helps me a lot passing the ball. And finishing, obviously. Being able to palm the ball, you can pass the ball a lot easier.
Yeah.
And
finish.
Is that why I don't get a lot of assists? You know what I mean? My hands are a little small. They say the Jet don't pass. It's because of my hands.
That's it. Blame it on that, not because you want to shoot. That's totally that's it. Thank you so much for being here. We are expecting you back for years and years to come. Thank you. All right, stick with us, guys, because, hey, you never know who is going to drop by. And we got a distant replay for you right now, too. This is from 2004, I was just told. Take a look.
LeBron James whirling on P.J. Brown. No, he didn't. Look off and find Ilgauskas, who took it down strong. Oh, another Magic Johnson-like pass.
I'm Tom Haberstroh, and you're watching The Big Number. Today's big number is 91,709,207. That's the number of followers on Justin Bieber's Twitter account when he tweeted, "Everyone RT this to get my man Chris Paul at CP3 into the All-Star game. #NBA vote." Fun fact, if Bieber's Twitter following were a country, its population would rank 16th in the world, which is larger than Germany, France, and the United Kingdom. In fact, Bieber's Beliebers on Twitter would fill 4,367 Staples Centers. So you can see why just 2 tweets from Bieber generated about 90,000 votes for Paul's cause. The largest bump by any endorser for the NBA's All-Star starting squad, according to Graphica research firm. Unfortunately for Paul, even if the Biebs generated 10 times that, it still wouldn't have earned him a starting spot because of the media and player ballots. So if you want to rock the NBA All-Star vote, you need more than just a nation of believers, as evidenced by that 91,709,207. I'm Tom Haberstroh, and that's the big number.
All right, I like that, a small country. The Believers joining us now. I like, you have this like whole official write-up in the prompter, the host of NBA Countdown, Sports Nation. It says Queen of the Spurs there. That's very nice.
I know, Queen of the Spurs. That's not a thing.
I wish all these people could have seen you on the airplane last night.
Yeah, I'm not queen of anything on the airplane.
Michelle's a little tiny bit afraid to fly.
As you should be. It's a 50-50 shot every time you get on there.
50-50
yeah,
shot.
50-50. You either land or you don't. That's it.
I saw this.
That's
Oh my God!
I hate it. There's like a lot of work to get her onto an airplane, but she's here. Gosh darn it! And that is because you are also going to be doing what in the Celebrity All-Star Game tomorrow night?
I am calling the Celebrity All-Star Game and hosting the pre and the half and the post with Mark Jones and Cassidy Hubbard and Rosenberg. Our boy Rosenberg's a quote-unquote celebrity tomorrow, so we will be making fun of him. Yep, Peter. There you go. We're going to make fun of him the whole time.
You got one fan.
There you go. That starts at 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Shameless plug. That's right. I think, were you a voter for
what?
All-Star?
I've never voted for anything, man.
Wait, ever? Dude.
I'm not eligible, that's all.
All right. Well, not to make you feel bad, but we voted. Yeah, we voted. What do you think of the new voting process? Because as Tom Haberstroh just pointed out, the fans only had some of a say, the media had a say, and then the players, Jet, you voted. You had a say. It's really everybody voted.
But did you take it seriously? Because I feel like that was a thing.
Did I?
I'm so excited. For a guy that's never been to an All-Star game, I definitely casted my vote.
Yeah.
Right.
I took it seriously.
Do you want to share with us anyone that you
all
felt?
my guys made it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
That's the best way to go about it. Just say everyone I voted for.
Everyone made it.
Everyone you voted
I
for
won.
made it. Did you like the process this year?
I did. I know that, in talking to Jalen and Chauncey, that they still think the fans made. I'm not saying this, by the way, but they think the fans still have too much of a vote.
What?
Yeah.
And that they wanted. I know.
You just
Throwing them right under the bus because I didn't say it. But I do look, Zaza Pachulia had an entire nation backing him, and it didn't work. So clearly, we're in a better spot.
CP3 had believer mania
so
backing him.
If Zaza Pachulia would have made it, I think we would be having a different conversation right now.
There is also a story up on ESPN.com right now about how your beloved Spurs, Kawhi Leonard, may have had thousands of Kawhi bots voting for him. I don't know how you tell the difference.
No, come on.
The Russians are hacking the election.
How do you tell the difference between a Kawhi bot and a regular
Kawhi? I think. Look, I know. Was it LaMarcus Aldridge? I will say this: as a diehard Spurs fan for almost 30 years now, I only voted,
which is amazing because you're only 25.
Oh my God! So I only voted for Kawhi on the Spurs.
So you didn't?
Because I was going to be honest and I was going to take the whole process seriously, and I don't think other guys on that team have had a year that would have put them in a situation to be above other dudes. So I was like, Kawhi, yes, legitimately.
What are we looking at here?
What is that? What are
we looking at here?
I don't know. What?
What is
happening right now?
That is
what kind
really
of B-roll did you guys bring?
Video.
And how did you get the trophy?
I know.
What we're referring to, though,
Don't
is
ask
that
me.
LaMarcus Aldridge said that it's not fair, I believe was what he said,
Yeah.
that Golden State has 4 All-Stars. They're only a little bit behind Golden State in the standings. So his point was, if we're only this far behind them in the standings, we should have more than one All-Star. And, of course, LaMarcus said it should be me.
I mean, that's what he was saying. That's 100% what he was saying, right?
Right? I mean, this is my question. If you say, LaMarcus should have been All-Star, you tell me who should have been off.
Exactly.
Right?
That's the problem.
LaMarcus, you tell me who should have been off.
Can't do that in the West. Too much talent. Too many guys having great years. But winning is at a premium. And, for the players, we like to put stats up there, too.
Right.
And stats, I mean, you look at who? Marcus Aldridge, Cousins. Davis.
It's tough.
It's tough. I mean, to get voted in as a starter, you have to be doing something phenomenal.
And let's be honest. There have been a couple games lately where LaMarcus seems to be scared of the ball, and I can't have that. I can't have that, right?
Oh.
How are you booing that?
Yeah, there you go.
She's a Cavs fan. She's cheering.
I mean, goodness. I don't want that to be the case.
But here's my thing also. He didn't get voted in as a starter. He also didn't get voted in as
No.
Right?
Well, I don't think he was complaining about the vote. I think he was complaining he wasn't on the whole team. Between
but
the
that's what I'm
coaches
saying.
and the players
The coaches
and the fans
did not
and the
pick
media.
him either.
That's my point.
So
He is
coaches,
saying-
players, and fans all think you shouldn't be there. Guess what? You shouldn't be there. I don't know what more. Who do you want? Your mom to be voting? And then we asked your mom then if you could be an all-star.
His mom may or may not have voted for him.
I mean,
I don't know.
if she was being honest.
It's
If she
good.
was being honest,
All
she didn't.
She didn't.
Now, Jason, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but back during the College Football National Championship, ESPN has a different broadcast on every channel. The three of us were on a channel called the MegaCast channel, which was us hanging out with guys like Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Billis, Bill Walton, people who are not college football experts.
None of us.
Yes.
Talking about college football. You can see
Marcellus,
me and
yep.
Beetle,
Keyshawn,
Bill, Marcellus Wiley with his fan,
I mean-
and Bill Walton, who decided to come dressed for the occasion. So Michelle and I are aware that Bill Walton is not. Oh yeah, that's the best. That really is the best.
Follow Creed.
Look at Keyshawn's face. Bill did part of our crossover event
Yes.
here at ESPN last night where they had the college announcers calling the NBA games, the NBA announcers calling college games. He and Dickie V were at the Cavs game last night. They got on the subject of Carmelo Anthony. I think that's the clip we have here. Take a listen.
Look at LeBron. I love hard passes. By the way, LeBron just told you guys both to quiet down. He looked over here and pointed at Bill and put his finger to his mouth and said, "Be quiet."
LeBron, keep an eye on him. He's got a future.
Good night from Cleveland.
Kyle Korver, throw it down.
Got to go to the studio. Step back.
One of the 4 worst possessions in his career in the NBA.
You haven't watched a lot of Derek Williams.
First time I've ever seen him.
Here's LeBron.
Doesn't matter to me, as long as he doesn't go to any of the teams that I like.
Why? You don't think that Carmelo Anthony can help a team win?
He can go wherever he wants, but just please don't go to the Lakers, the Warriors, or the Spurs or the Blazers or the Celtics.
So what are you saying, Bill? Dick, you had enough yet? Ready to tap out?
Oh, where's Lionel Richie? I tell you what, I'll give
Lionel Richie, that guy's cool.
I better get overtime pay here for this stuff. OT, baby, for this.
Wow.
Did Dickie V get to say anything?
Did Dave Pash get to say
That's
anything?
what I was going to say. Dave Pash deserves combat pay, first of all. Second of all, Melo, that was a little bit, he was a little harsh on Melo there. Was he, though?
He called me Sam for like 3 hours. So he called me Sam for 3 hours.
He also thought you were Marcellus' son.
He asked me if I was Marcellus' son. And then he asked me how many years I played in the NFL. He asked me what position I was. So I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for Melo.
All right. Well, watch Michelle in the, I can't say in the celebrity game.
Oh, God, no.
Around the celebrity game?
I'll be like talking about it, making fun. I'm not making fun of it.
You now have to.
I do that.
You have to live up to Bill Walton. So Jet's going to have his eyes on you.
Good
We're going to be
Lord.
watching. If you are as good as Bill Walton is,
I will have to
be
have
with you.
drinks before then.
Well, that's not going to be anything different from usual.
Let's do it.
We're good. The party starts right here, my friends. When we get back, Tracy McGrady is going to have to defend one of his old Instagram posts. Stay with us.
It's a make or miss league. It's a make or miss league. Make or miss. It's a make or miss league. It's a make or miss. It's a make or miss. It's a make or miss league.
Yep, it's make or miss time, people. Make elevation. What do you think, y'all? Andrew Wiggins close to reaching his ceiling yet, or is it going up from here?
This kid has been doing his thing over the past week or so. 40 back-to-back posters.
Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
He needs to do it on a night in and night out.
All the critics forget how young he is.
Still young.
He's getting there. All right, miss the process. All right, we just want an excuse to show Joel Embiid dancing at Meek Mill, but come on. I mean,
MCL.
right?
Listen, man.
Hey.
I thought he had a
Is this a miss or a make?
MCL or something, no?
Well, do you think this? What do you think, Jet? Miss or a make?
He missed. I mean, it's knees.
He's
around your knees hurt.
He's really becoming one of my favorite players.
He is
I
so fun.
love his personality.
So fun. All right, make savvy bet. Check out Manu Ginobili here, still getting the dimes. Jet, is it fair to call this vintage Manu at this point?
Woo! No, I don't know. That was lukewarm.
Oh, really?
I'm a Spur hater. You know.
It's only one Manu.
So.
See, you're talking to Manu Ginobili's personal biographer over
Love
here.
Manu.
So,
There's only one Manu ever.
Manu still got the hair after all these years.
That's the best thing you can say about it. Make average point guards. Check out these John Stockton fans. Guys, I don't know.
Oh, fat guy in a little coat.
I don't even understand what's happening. What are they doing? What are they miming? What's going on?
One guy's swimming.
Is that breaststroke? What is that?
I don't know. I would
That's
speak
just
during this
nasty,
video,
man.
but I'm going to say
White
something I
jersey.
shouldn't say on television. So we're just going to let this play.
A whole lot of bacon moving
This has
around.
been a crazy show. We had awesome people stop by. But we are not quite out of time yet because we wanted to save time in this show for one Tracy McGrady to defend himself. Our wonderful producers
myself.
dug up this old IG picture you posted a while ago.
IG.
Shout out Kevin Wilds for saving it and sending it. There is Kobe, Dirk, KG, Mr. Duncan, and of course, one Tracy McGrady.
Come on, man.
And this is what it said. Take 5 out of today's game to compete with this 5, and who wins?
Come on, man.
And first of all, you took this picture off your IG. We had to go into the archives to find it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
You a little ashamed of putting it
No,
out there?
not at all. I don't know. I probably cleaned up for the new year.
Well,
That's why.
so are you still stand by that then?
Stand by it, stamp. Yes.
Do you have anyone to match him up with?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Why not?
Who's
We're
your
from the
5
current
in
game,
today's-
from the current league, right?
Yes.
I went all switching athlete wing type players except one guy. I went Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Anthony Davis. That's what we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch.
Go get on the boat.
We're going to switch everything, and we're gonna run those guys off. All right, so let me hear your team.
No way.
Let me hear your team.
I mean,
Your size worries me. The size worries me. I will say
yeah,
that.
the size definitely worries me, but I
We
mean,
got
okay.
speed.
Westbrook, Harden, Leonard. Oh man, I just got stumped. I got stumped.
No, man.
Oh, Durant.
We're going to outrun you. That's outrunning. We're going to outrun you. We're going to outshoot you. That's
All
what
those
we're
guys
going to
can
do.
run.
Tough.
How much fun would that be, right? Just to see. I really do wish we had a time machine.
No, prime KG, prime.
KG and who? KG or Anthony Davis?
Yeah, we'll guard KG.
He gonna punk them.
Punk. I like when Tracy gets his Oscar Robertson vibe on. These young punks, they don't know how to play. I like that.
I think. Do we have last year's All NBA team up? Is that? Is that what the graphic is? Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's the end of the show in New Orleans. Here we go. Oh, look. Okay.
That's my team.
That's your team, right?
No chance.
No chance?
No chance, man.
No chance is strong. That's all
a
I'm
good
saying.
5. That's
Jason,
a good 5.
Who's Dirk guarding on this team?
5.
Jet Cross's era is here. So you're in both eras. Are you
Right.
are you on the Today team or
Who
the
is
Tracy
guarding
team?
Tim
I'm on the
Duncan
Tracy
on
team.
this list?
What about
The
Anthony
Tracy
Davidson?
team competes way
Anthony
too hard.
Davis?
Oh, all
That's the
right.
best we can do.
No way.
This is going to be
Y'all have a better
such a
chance.
fun
Yeah, that's
weekend.
LeBron
We are
on there.
only getting started. We have another 90-minute show. Not now,
This is
tomorrow.
fun, Rachel. 90
Right?
minutes is our
We
first
got
90-minute show.
King cake, baby, right?
We got stuff. Look, this is from a company out of Ohio called
Hey,
Homage.
Rachel, you see all these beads that I
Yep.
have? Can I tell you how I got them?
Oh, I don't want to know.
You know, in New Orleans, you got to do some
Well, I was
fancy
going to say, if you're gonna take your shirt off, I have new shirts. I love these All-Star throwbacks, right?
get
So
one?
I have
That's
some
me
for
right there,
everyone. Oh, you want that one?
Appreciate it. Which
You
one
want this one?
Your blood or your crip?
Right there you go.
Your
Right?
crip.
Seawalk, homie.
These are
Seawalk,
awesome.
I feel like
homie,
red,
Seawalk.
Western Conference is
Seawalk.
Well, you
red.
should have a
All
little bit. Which one do you want? You want one of these?
Great
Blue,
quality
blue,
t-shirts.
Eastern
All right.
Conference. Eastern
This is good.
Conference.
Homage, good company
I
to
like
have
this.
these. There's all kinds of stuff coming. Yeah, we talk about throwbacks,
those are
right?
nice, yeah.
88.
That's that magic MVP.
92. I got
right
92.
there.
Yes, sir.
Do you think this year's All-Star could even live up to some of those old eras?
Nah.
I don't know.
That one right there was classic with having Magic
Well,
come
Matt,
back.
you have
and
the
win.
emotional, but I'm going to stand up for this era as well. I think the level of basketball right now is so great. We've got so many stars all over the league. I'm
Of
psyched
course
for
you're
this
gonna
season.
stand
guys
up.
go
when
out.
they
They're not
try,
gonna play
it's
no
awesome.
defense. The score is going to be 175 to 160.
And that will be fun,
No.
right? We'll
No.
be right back here tomorrow. This crew will be back. We'll see you back